treffe mich jetzt mit Emma Washer, einer jungen Künstlerin, die hier auf Cocos Island lebt. Und ihr Ziel ist es, die Strände von Plastik zu säubern und die Leute auf Plastik zu sensibilisieren.
The plastic straps in a lot of works for jewellery and different parts of boats and sculptural items. So here I was trying to look at the intervention by man within the natural environment, and I've got a few more works using plastics in the gallery if you want to. Yeah?
So Emma, you're an artist living here on Cocos Island since several years, and you decided to use plastic. Why plastic?
Well, I think I kind of grew up on the islands, and as a kid always collecting off the beaches, and so the beach materials, like the stuff washing in on the ocean, was something that I found quite fascinating when I was younger. And then growing up and working through university through my arts degree, I started to get really fascinated with using those materials and where they come from and how they're getting here. And then obviously being really passionate about the environment, wanting to live up here, I wanted to also combine those two, so find a way to create my artworks but also, you know, clean up the environment by using stuff that was washing in to the beaches.
Okay. So you take all the plastic you're using for your art is just plastic which you find on the beaches, or where do you collect it, or is it?
Yeah, so all the stuff I find from the local, so there's 27 islands in the atoll, so you'll find that some of the islands are more densely the build-up of materials, so plastics, rubber, I use like an assortment of things in my works. So with the plastics, yeah, I'll just go collecting. You know, you only have to walk 50 metres, unfortunately you've got a whole bag, so and then bring those back and use those in my work as much as I can. All this crazy stuff. So this is my kind of storeroom for all the materials that I work with off the beach. So yeah, like everything you see here is all floated in off the oceans. Yeah, in regards to the plastics, you know, you can see you get the most random items, from kitchen utensils to like lots of kids' toys. It's a big part of what, you know, like parts of dolls, combs, like we get everything here. Then you get the whole spectrum, you know, you're obviously getting the glass, and then more moving into like the foam, so rubber items, the thongs, use them a lot, they're really easy to work with. And
but that's crazy, not? I mean, we call them flip-flops.
Okay.
You have like, you find them like
millions.
everywhere. It's millions.
Millions, yeah.
I mean,
millions.
On Cocos Island, the greatest beach, which is full with flip-flops.
Yeah.
The background of the plastic, do you know where the plastic comes from mainly, or you have any idea, or is it from Australia? Or?
No, I've been doing a sort of different research over the years a little bit, so starting to try and track some of the refuse. So you could see, like with the currents in the Indian Ocean, it is coming across to us on the equatorial current, so it's coming directly to Cocos Island and Cocos. What I've discovered so far is a lot of it's coming from like the Indonesian archipelago, so on the bottles and, you know, like one-use plastics, you'll find that they're all from that sort of area. And I think a big problem is that it's getting thrown into the river systems, not just off the beach, so you're getting a huge amount pumping out from their rivers and then it's going into the ocean. And just, talking to the people about why they think that's still happening over there so much. And a lot of discussion was around that the elders in the community, you know, that's sort of just what used to happen. A lot of the old, like their plates and what they used to use in their households were organic, so they would break down. So if they threw them in the river, it wouldn't be a problem. And now that time's evolved and, you know, what was a woven plate is now a plastic plate, but it's still that sort of way of that if they throw it in the river, it's still going to disappear, but they don't maybe have that same education to know what damage it's doing to the environment and stuff.
What is your feeling about that? I mean, is it not a bit weird that we are now here on these small islands and we found the plastic? And I mean, it gives us the feeling that there should be millions of plastic out there, or not? Or
yeah. Well, I guess for the size of us, being such a tiny speck in the ocean, and still getting this amount of rubbish, obviously, it's very unsettling to know what is out there and what must be passing us by. So yeah, the bulk amount of plastics that it must be actually out there is just phenomenal. So it's very scary.
Do you think your children will see beaches without plastic in their lifetime?
Well, I certainly hope so. I guess there's people definitely moving towards those areas, and if the awareness can keep being at this level, obviously, we have to start to look at where those plastics are really coming from and education in those countries. And obviously, it sort of sometimes seems out of your control or our control. But I think that's something we need to work towards as well internationally, how we can deal with the problem in all areas and how we can work together to make that a reality. It'd be great. I can only hope.